12 Most Scenic Highways. Number 12. Overseas Highway. Renting cars can get expensive when you're on vacation, but if you can make the driving a part of your sightseeing and vacation, you can see much more beautiful places in a shorter period of time. As long as you take a scenic highway, the drive can be just as enjoyable as relaxing at a resort. If you're in southern Florida, consider taking the amazing drive from Miami to the Florida Keys along the Overseas Highway. The highway connects the mainland of Florida with dozens of tropical Caribbean islands known as the Florida Keys. You can enjoy breathtaking views of the ocean on both sides. Places to stop along the way include Key Largo or John Pennicamp Coral Reef State Park. Before you reach Key West, you'll hit a long bridge called 7 Mile Bridge, which will make you almost feel like you're in a boat and not a car. A strange bridge to the northwest is actually a railroad bridge that was damaged from a hurricane. Number 11. The Atlantic Roadway. Witness the beauty and the power of the Atlantic Ocean by taking a drive on Norway's Atlantic Highway, or known as the National Road 60. The Atlantic on this side of the world can be much more intense, and it'll feel like you're driving directly over the waves. If the waves are strong enough, you might even get splashed a little bit. Norway is known for the natural beauty of their fjords and coastline, and this is a good, but maybe a little bit dangerous way to witness it. The highway is 5 miles long with a total of 8 bridges. It's been awarded the status of the National Tourist Route of Norway because of the incredible coastline it passes by. If you're lucky enough, you might even spot a whale. Number 10. Milford Roe. If you're driving through Milford Road in New Zealand, you might begin to believe that you're on some quest from the Lord of the Rings. This highway is found in the southern part of the country near Fiordlands National Park, and the jagged, steep mountains here are simply amazing. Also known as Highway 95, you'll be driving through some heavily wooded forest, and you might see some waterfalls or gorgeous streams. The 144-mile road will guarantee at least 3 hours of views that will simply be unforgettable. Just do your best to still pay attention to the road. It's regarded as the most scenic road in New Zealand, which means it's bound to be good. Possibly due to its scenic and isolated nature, it's also the third most dangerous highway in the country. Number 9. Scenic Highway 12, Utah. Taking Scenic Highway 12 in Utah, you'll catch some awesome views of desert landscapes and canyons just about wherever you drive. But that's not all. The elevation rises from 5,000 feet to 9,000 feet, and you'll notice quite a few changes in landscapes, especially while driving through Larb Hollow Overlook. Imagine being a pioneer heading west and having to get past this terrain on horseback. The road was built in 1914 to connect Bryce Canyon with some other national parks to the northeast, like Capitol Reef. There's not a ton of roads where you can witness forests and deserts in such a short time span, but you certainly can here. The rugged southwestern landscape is one of a kind, and many touristic destinations are on this route. Number 8. Strada Statale 163, Italy. Located along the prestigious Amalfi Coast, the SS 163 is arguably Italy's most scenic route. Not only will you be enjoying the amazing views of the Tyrrhenian Sea, but also the picturesque Italian villages and other cool stuff that will make you never want to leave. Navigate your way carefully through the steep cliff sides and watch out for those Fiats and the Vespa. This stretches from the towns of Sorrento to Amalfi, and the road was actually originally built by some of the best road makers in history. SS 163 is actually quite narrow, and there's certainly a lot of traffic here. But hey, there's definitely worse places to be stuck in traffic, am I right? Number 7. Route 1, Iceland. Sometimes it's not all about the destination, but the scenic drive to get there. Buckle up on the infamous Route 1 in Iceland because you might be doing some laps around this nation. Route 1 is a ring around the edges of this remarkable country, and the island nation offers some of the most dramatic scenery in the world. If you've ever seen our Most Amazing Places in Iceland video, you can certainly see a few of those places while taking this highway. This includes places like Gullfoss, Reynistrangur, and the Blue Lagoon. This is one of the most isolated roads in the world, and there really aren't too many pit stops. So it's recommended to pick up some Icelandic yogurt called skyr to keep yourself fueled up during the journey. Watch out for goats and reindeer on the roads, use your blinkers, and you should be fine. Number 6. Col de Turini. This rugged mountain pass in France is located in the Provence Cote D'azur region and is the stage for the Monte Carlo Rally. It's known for having some of the tightest turns in the world, and it's certainly somewhere you don't want to go if you still only have your learner's permit. It's also been featured in the Tour de France a few times, and some claim that it's the best highway to race on. You should most likely leave that to the professionals though. At an elevation of 5,272 feet, the streets can get awfully slick, and the fall below is normally something motorists don't want to experience. By all means, it is a great place to enjoy a scenic route during summer, but be more careful during winter. Number 5. Ruta 40, Argentina. The Ruta 40 in Argentina is certainly the country's longest road, and it stretches an intimidating 3,195 miles from Cabo Vergenes all the way to the isolated plains of Patagonia. At this long of a distance, there's certainly going to be some scenic routes, but the most notable drive here is in the northwestern part of the country near the Andes. Running parallel with this mountain range, both the driver and the passenger will see enjoyable views. Some of the areas can be quite remote, and in some places it isn't paved, so watch out. Number 4. State Road 134. Also in the country of Italy, it's really hard to compete with the scenic highway along the Amalfi Coast. But State Road 134 in Sardinia puts up a decent fight. It's here you'll find what's known as Elephant Rock, near the small coastal town of Castelsardo. Sardinia might be known for their beaches, but the unique landscapes come to life as you're taking this route. The highway is a little bit thicker than the one on the Amalfi Coast, and you shouldn't have to deal with as much traffic. And finally, after a decently long journey, you'll enter the beautiful village of Castelsardo. This is a great route that's not too well known, which should ensure a smooth drive in your Ferrari or Lambo. Number 3. Pacific Highway, California. If you're not really into surfing, catching waves, or getting tanned on California's beautiful beaches, or if it's just wintertime, you can still enjoy it from the confines of your own automobile. The scenic Pacific Highway starts in the Southern California city of San Diego and ends in San Francisco. This covers about 621 miles of beautiful views. Iconic beaches such as Huntington, Malibu, and Santa Cruz are all conveniently located on this highway. There's also some historical attractions to this since it was built on a similar route as the El Camino Real. The El Camino Real was a road built by a Spanish missionary in order to connect missions in the state. One of the most notable missions is the one in Santa Barbara that we see here. For about a 3 to 4 day road trip, you'll certainly see plenty of amazing places. Number 2. Great Ocean Road, Australia. California's Pacific Highway is tough to beat, but with the crazy LA traffic, it's hard to beat out Australia's amazing Ocean Coast Road, located in the southern part of the country continent. The 2-lane highway showcases Australia's beauty, while at the same time connecting beach towns of Victoria. This is appropriately known as the Surf Coast, and stunning landmarks like this island archway are easy to visit for tourists. Despite being victim to a few landslides, the road is fairly safe to travel on. And number 1. The ExtraTerrestrial Highway. Coming in at number 1 is no other than the ExtraTerrestrial Highway, located in Nevada, at least for this channel. This is certainly the closest highway to Area 51, and you'll notice miles and miles of untouched desert land and possibly some UFOs. With all the speculations of UFOs in this area, Nevada decided to name this road the ExtraTerrestrial Highway after the Independence Day film came out in 1996. You might find cool little places who gain revenue from UFO hunters such as the Alien. This is a little motel to hang out at and talk about what the government is hiding from us. If you're a veteran hiker, you can even take a hike up Tikaboo Peak in order to get a legal view of Area 51. The Nevada skies are also some of the best places in the country to observe the cosmos at night, making this a unique and scenic highway.